Buckle up, race fans. Las Vegas and Formula One. The construction is underway in the Las Vegas Strip, where they're putting up all kinds of lights, barriers, blockades, you name it. The Las Vegas Strip turns into a Formula One racetrack. And then MGM Resorts has extended its partnership with Formula One Grand Prix through 2030. The casino giant will continue its founding partner, hosting the winter stage at the Bellagio Fountains. And some news, experts believe Formula One is never going to leave Las Vegas. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. But Las Vegas is definitely hosting this event, and it has a lot of controversy with all the disruption going on with construction, bottleneck traffic. People can't just walk freely on the Bellagio side of the sidewalk. Sidewalks are blocked off. And this event just creates a lot of disruption and dysfunction on the Las Vegas Strip for a better 3.5 months, where they build up the whole thing and then tear it down all the way to the middle of December. So if you're coming here and you've got plans to come here between November and the tail end of December, look out, because you may bump into some Formula One stuff that they're tearing down from the race, and it's hard to get around town in some spaces. Not a lot of spaces, but mostly in the central part of Las Vegas Strip. But let me know what you think. What's your opinion? Should the Formula One stay here till 2030 or beyond that? But if you're in and around the Formula One and you're looking for activities to do, go to Caesars Forum Shops. F1 Arcade is opening there. It's 21,000 square feet of arcade space. It opens October 17th. It'll feature the most realistic full motion Formula One simulators in the world, they say. But it seems like a pretty cool thing. If you're coming to Las Vegas, you need to go to this thing. It looks pretty cool at the Caesars Forum Shops. And let's talk about transportation here in Las Vegas. How do you get around? You're going from the airport, you get in a cab, Uber, Lyft, or whatever. Soon there's going to be a boring tunnel. The Tesla boring tunnel is working on things. And here in Las Vegas, it's expanding to other hotels and areas throughout Las Vegas. But the Westgate was most recently opened, and you've got the Encore. You've got Resorts World, which is the first, and you got all different areas of the convention center. Now they're digging towards the Virgin hotels. They got some space between the airport and Virgin, in between that area, and then it's going to go all the way down to the convention area, as far as I know. And are also, they want to do the 62 other casinos on the Strip for a pickup drop-off area if the casinos want that feature on their property. But they have to make space for that, and that'll be interesting because we don't know if they're going to implode another property and they have this boring tunnel thing in the way for the new property to come in. So there's a lot of different logistics for that, but it could work out for the better for different areas of Las Vegas. I think it's much needed as far as the transportation method goes, but the future vision for this project is for the Mars project. So, Tesla wants to go to Mars with SpaceX and all that stuff. So they want to ship a bunch of equipment to Mars eventually. It'll probably be beyond our lifetime, but they want to stick a bunch of robots on there, the Optimus robot, and they want to go and do a fully autonomous build underground transportation thing for the Mars project. If you can see that vision, if you have that vision in your mind, the Tesla thing is definitely doing some research here, R&D on Earth before they ship off to somewhere else, or the moon for that matter. But anyways, that's kind of the future thing for this, and that's why they're doing this project here. They came to the city and said, hey, we'll pay for everything, just let us dig and do this project stuff, and you don't have to pay a dime. Taxpayers don't have to pay for anything, so that's good. So I've taken the boring tunnel. I think it's a pretty cool concept as far as like when congestion starts to set in and more people take the boring tunnel for concerts, dinners, different hotels, a lot of moving around down there. I wonder if it will get congested at some point where there's nowhere to go or they get backed up somewhere. Those are kind of the main things. And what are the emergency situations? If something happens down there, if, God forbid, a car catches on fire, where do you go? Because you're stuck in a tube and you got to figure out where your exit's at. That's the only thing my concern is with human people taking the Tesla tunnel. But so far it's been really good, very positive. A lot of people like it, catches a lot of interest. So if you see the tunnel boring drill around town, It's probably going to another destination to make another dig in Las Vegas. But let me know what you think of the alternate transportation here in Las Vegas, because Amazon is definitely doing alternative transportation here, as well as their autonomous buggies. I don't know if you call them a buggy, but they look like a little shuttle buggy. And you get in, you close the doors, and it autonomously takes you through the Las Vegas Strip. And you can take this for a free little ride if you want to. And you start at Resorts World, you sign up with their thing. You're basically just giving your email and all that stuff so they can get you on a app to download their app and use future stuff about, Zooks, they call it. So Amazon runs that whole thing, and that's very, very interesting because a lot of people have taken it so far. They like it. It looks intimidating, but that thing scoots along the Las Vegas Strip, and you can do a little tour, a long tour, but they go all the way down to Mandalay Bay. They'll go down to New York, and that area, and then zip right back down the back end of the Strip, all the way back to the Resorts World. So that's kind of the short end of it. But if you're interested in these alternative methods, you're sick of taking a cab, a smelly cab, you're sick of taking Uber and Lyft because they don't speak English or whatever it is, that's an alternative method for you to do that here. So I think it's a great idea because, traffic congestion here is unreal. So especially when there's busy games going on, football games, or, soon to be baseball as well. But anyways, let me know what you think. Is alternative transportation going to be a thing here in Las Vegas? Let me know with the comments down below so we can have a conversation about the future vision of transportation in Las Vegas. But in more recent news, Area 15 is doing expansion. Their expansion project is pretty big. It is, if you don't know where Area 15 is, if you know where the Trump Tower is, it's just west of that. Unfortunately, you have to take an Uber, Lyft, or you can take that Zooks that I mentioned before. They do dedicated rides to Area 15, but you got to hop on at the Resorts World in order for you to take that. So park at Resorts World, get on the Zooks, and then go. It'll take you right to Area 15 if you're interested in that. But Universal Studios has stepped into the limelight here, and they have opened They have opened Horrors Unlimited, which is a huge haunted house kind of an experience. You pay one ticket, you get 4 haunt experiences through that. I think it's like $70 per person, and it goes up from there. It just depends on what VIP thing you want to do. They do have food, drink, and it's all themed out. Pretty cool stuff if you're a horror fan and you love that stuff, or you just want to walk around in the plaza where they have Area 15 kind of conjoined in with the Horrors Unlimited as well. And they have a fuselage in there. It's not open yet, but Area 15 is still working on their end of things as far as getting their shops and stores and little attractions that they're doing. I think they're going to have food and restaurants in that fuselage of that jet aircraft. It's a 747. And the story behind this fuselage is they picked it up from Burning Man, which is a huge desert. It's in Nevada, but Burning Man, if you know about it, it's a huge music festival in the desert. But anyways, they do a lot of art things with cars and whatever. But someone had this fuselage out there, and they Area 15 picked it up and decided to move it over here and make it their thing. So that's a cool thing. So it's very artsy. You're going to see a lot of Burning Man art in Area 15 anyway. So people donate, gift their art pieces to Area 15, which is kind of a neat thing because it brings this whole little immersive experience to life there. But anyways, that's the newest thing. Universal Studios are expanding out even more towards the north side of other properties. They're going to do hotels and places for people to stay and all that stuff. But let me know if you go to the Horrors Unlimited here in Las Vegas. It is open year-round, so that's a good thing. So you can visit year-round if you wanted to. So if you miss Halloween, you can visit here in December or later in the years. But if you got a special thing going on, definitely visit Area 15 with Universal Studios. And if you're familiar with the Las Vegas Sphere, that thing is awesome. It is a $2.5 billion project that they built here in Las Vegas. And they do films, entertainment, concerts, things like the Backstreet Boys. U2 opened for it, the Eagles, and now there's going to be other entertainment. They do techno events and EDC kind of stuff. It's really cool. People love it. But the Wizard of Oz really took people by surprise because they have this immersive thing going on. The film itself is larger than life, but They also have things like the flying monkeys. They actually have flying monkeys kind of swooping through the audience, and they drop apples where the apple scene. However, the apples are not real, but they're just little stuffed little things. It looks like an apple, but it's like a soft little spongy apple. Anyways, they got Wizard of Oz stamped on it, and people are collecting these. They're little collector's items, and they're selling them online for like $200 to $500 or even more. These things are a limited supply because some showings don't drop the apples, so it's kind of a limited thing. And then for the tornado scene, they actually have wind blowing in and this fake debris they blow in, like little leaves and stuff like that, and it's kind of swirling around, and people are getting the wind and all that stuff blown in. Even the seats move, so if there's a rumble of a scene or something like that, the seats will kind of rumble with the scene as well. So people really like that. It's an immersive. They get a chuckle out of it, and kids really love this stuff. It's pretty cool. So it's a different take on Wizard of Oz. Some scenes are kind of AI generated, so they had to AI generate some of this stuff to fit this screen and make it look more immersive and larger than life kind of a scene. But Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, cool things are coming to the Sphere. So if you're going, definitely be prepared to be amazed. Well, we hope you got something out of Las Vegas today, and thanks for watching this video. If you want to, definitely hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheerio.